Good evening, guys. Tonight we're going to do a Crazy Stew intake on the 32 Rovan out of the Rovan LT, my 5T platform. As most of you know, you've been watching and staying in since the beginning. So, I'm just going to go through these bits bit by bit. So this is an Uber RC triple stage filter made in the UK, which is nice. Designed all here. This came from RC Max, which most of you boys will know. Get rid of that. That's the filter in its bag. Hopefully you can see in there with the lights on it. There's all the instructions for it and some air filter oil. I'm going to crack this open so we can have a proper look. Nice little Uber RC sticker for somewhere. Just basic instruction manual about how to oil and care for the filter, just on one side. Don't need to worry too much about that. And there's the filter. That's the outer sleeve, just big C clamp there. Now, as you can see, it's 3-stage. Right, just had to get the other packaging open. That's the velocity stack that comes in the kit. That's a bit of turned alley. Might get some polishing cloth on there. Just give that a little polish. There's a couple of little minor scratches, but it's nothing to worry about. Great big metal spacer just for when you actually connect it onto the filter and the rest of the system. Just make sure there's no sharp edges in there, which there is actually, so I'll just run a file, but that's swarf. Couple of retaining clips. New long bolts to go through the velocity stack and then obviously into the actual engine and so on and so forth to keep it all together. The actual Crazy Stew part itself, which is just a high temp silicone, just reduces the bend and just keeps everything looking nice. Obviously woven as well, just give you a bit of strength. That's nice quality, as you would expect. Now, the teardown. Don't need to worry too much about that bit just for now. I'll take these out. This motor's obviously had its run-in done, and I thought it was important to do the run-in with the standard filter rather than changing the characteristics of the air and so on and so forth. Now, to get these off, there are, if you can see there, this engine's dry by the way, there's nothing in it apart from a little bit of 2-in-1 oil. There's just some little spring clips there, one there and one there. So I'm going to do that off camera just because it's a right faff with trying to hold it and everything else. So just pause it, 2 secs, and I'll be right back. Right, first things first, take your Allen driver into the intake. Which obviously holds everything onto the carb. If you can see that, just got to hold it. Just take the bolts out. And that is obviously going to release the carb, guys. Just careful you don't do it if you're doing this outside or somewhere it can fall on a hard surface. Let's take those bolts out. Always a good time when you're doing this, just have a good little look at your carb, just check everything's as it should be. There's nothing in there that shouldn't, but as this car's not actually had a run, it's only done its braking tanks, it's not even turned a wheel yet. This is all lovely and clean and obviously as it should be. So I'm just going to get the first part, which is the velocity stack, and we'll crack on. So I'm just going to pause you there for a sec. Right, that's on there very, very loose, guys, just because it was a little bit tricky just doing it one-handed. So I'm just going to slowly torque this down. Just 2 feet at bite, literally that's just a tiny amount of pressure, just because you don't want to over tighten this. And we obviously want to make sure this velocity stack is lined up perfectly to the plenum entry of the carb, which it is. Just check your clearances for everything is on as it should be. You can't get it out, Gracie. Sorry, my little girl's decided that she wanted to help me tonight. Now, I haven't Loctited these, guys. I'm in two minds whether you want to Loctite these or not. Obviously, once I've give it a quick idle run, I will check tightnesses and things, but I don't know, I just didn't want to Loctite this. But have an idea what that looks like. Very nice. So obviously the way this goes, that goes on there like that. You can angle it up, down, wherever you want, but obviously I would have it up, aimed towards the window of the Losi 5T platform. So what we're going to do is, I want this quite nice and snug, but what we are going to do is just put a little bit of oil on there, just the air filter off, because you can't have any, and just run your finger around there, and all that'll do is just make sure that's going to slide on nicely. Don't forget your O-rings like I just did, guys. Shh, sorry. Hey, it's not to drink. Yeah. No. Yeah. No, you can't drink it. Yeah. Slide these on like that. They are a little bit tight, so just slacken it off as and well you need to, guys. Hey. Hey. Alright, slide this on. Just want to twist it until you get it where you want it. Just going to check the tightness of that, because that carb moved ever so slightly then. Alright, I've just noticed a problem. This bolt is too long, and that's why that carb just moved. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these special washers, these little spring washers, off of my original hardware. I'm just going to slide that in, because it's actually long enough. I don't know why, perhaps I just made a mistake. It's yeah, let's get that in. That's better, guys. See, always check your hardware. That one's all snugged up, but that side was just way too long. Right, I'm happy with the angle that's at now, guys. So I'm just going to slide this Jubilee clip forward, so it's right in the middle of the velocity stack. And then we're just going to pinch it up. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. yes, Gracie said. No. You want it tight because you don't want any air leaks, because obviously that will cause running issues. But equally, right, that is absolutely solid on there, guys, which is fine. Pardon you. Just going to grab a little bag so that we can oil this air filter. Now, I've just put this in the bag that it originally came in. I'm just going to give it a squeeze. Just get it in everywhere where it needs to go. Sorry, it's really hard trying to do this with the kids around. What's the matter? Right, now the way I've done that was a little bit of a faff, to be fair. I've got the Jubilee right up against as far as I can go. It sticks out a little bit there, but it's the tightest I can get it to go on. It's all oiled as well, so everything's a little bit slippy. Now, hopefully you can see I've got this like central spacer, sort of half in, half out, so that both sides have got equal purchase. Now, this should just pop in like so. Just easier just to pull that off a little bit. Hopefully you can see this, guys. Just take that off. Just make sure you're all up to it. And then just slightly offset those. Pardon you. What's the matter? Let's just pinch this down, guys. Again, don't go mad, because that spacer is only alley, and if you go too tight, it will do it some damage. And obviously you don't want to damage your silicone piping. That's about it. I'm just going to spin it round. And there you go, guys. All on. It probably took me about 10 minutes. Would have took me a bit less, but filming, obviously. So everything's all good now at that end. All nice and snug, and right up to the edge of the velocity stack, which is nice. And then see, these are just slightly offset from each other, just so you can butt them up. But it's nice and tight. That's all oiled, as the interior one is as well. And that's it. And that is how you fit a Crazy Stew intake system with the Uber-RC triple air filter. I'll share some pictures and tools that I've used. Not a massive job, but hopefully it'll make a big difference just in terms of clean air and slightly cooler air coming in through the window, and plus it looks pretty nice. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll post this up in a minute. Thanks, guys. Bye.